So this one, we've got to write it in scientific notation. And just remember that scientific notation looks like this. A digit, a decimal point, some more digits, times 10 to the power of some number, right? So what we need is the decimal point after the first, to the right of the first non-zero digit. So in other words, not after the 9, not after the 3, not after the 8, but after the 4. This is where we want our decimal point to be, right? And we need to move this decimal point over to here. Now, how many spaces does it go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It goes 8 spaces over. So this in scientific notation is going to be 4.893 times 10 to the power of something with an 8 in it. It's either going to be a positive 8 or a negative 8. Well, because this is a small number, we know, well, it ought to be a negative 8, because the 10 to a negative 8 is a decimal, right? So it's this times a big long decimal to give this. But there's one thing we forgot, which is this negative sign up here. What do we do with that? What should we do with that negative sign?
Should we put it down with the negative 4.93?
You got it. Just there. Exactly. And if we check this, we'll just check this. And from our scientific notation notes and whatnot, we might have, we've written out things like our powers of 10. So, check your notes, but, 10 to the negative 1 is 0.1, 10 to the negative 2 is 0.01, 10 to the negative 3, 0.001, and so on. 10 to the negative 8 is going to be 0. And negative 4, by the way, had 1, 2, 3 zeros and then a 1. So it had 4 digits, including the 1. So this is going to have 8 digits, including the 1. So it's going to be 7 zeros and then a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros and then a 1. That's what it looks like, right? 7 zeros and then a 1, right? So in any case, 10 to the negative 8 is 0.123, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros, then a 1. And so is this the same thing? Negative 4.893 times that, is that going to equal that? Well, think about it. If it was just negative 4, if it was just negative 4 times that, okay? If you just went negative 4 times this big long decimal, well, first of all, wouldn't you get this? Instead of a 1 there, you get a 4 there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And if it was a negative number, that would become a negative big long decimal, right?
Yes.
And if you had an 8.893 there, that would just give you 893, wouldn't it? Or 3. Make sense?
Yes.
So that's just kind of checking it. So yes, this big long negative decimal is the equivalent of this negative number times this 10 to the power of a negative exponent. Right, and we can see that the negative number is, to the left of 0 on a number line. That's what a negative number is. It's over here somewhere, right? But the 10 to the negative 8 means, as we've gone over many times, 1 over 10 to the power of 8, which gives us that big long decimal. It's actually 1 over 100 million. And that is our big long decimal here, right?